Hi, I'm Jeff Mowatt here with another customer service tip. And this time I want to talk a little bit about when you have an unusual name and how to make it easier for our customers to pronounce and remember. For over 30 years, companies have brought me in to work with their teams to enhance customer relationships. One of the challenges that we have is if we have an unusual name, customers may be reluctant to interact with us, and not because they're necessarily xenophobic or racist or whatever it might be. Oftentimes it's that sometimes customers feel somewhat embarrassed because they won't be able to remember or use your name correctly. So one little tip for you, if you do have an unusual name, is to try to make it easier for them to remember and pronounce. So for example, I had a friend, neighbor, and her name was Bindu. And when she first introduced herself, I went, Bindu? And she said, yeah, like, how you been doing? Hey, made it easy. Remember ever since then. Here's another example of a friend named Alkarim. Interestingly, he works in the oil industry where there's a lot of folks who, let's just say, aren't as progressively minded, per se, when it comes to interacting with people with unusual names. And so he very quickly got into the habit of just saying, I'm Al. Made it a lot easier. And how about this one? I'm going to put this one on the screen. Look at that name. I'm not sure how you'd pronounce that name, but when I talked with him, he said, you know, his daughter taught him when he introduces himself to say, it sounds like visit. So his name is Vidit, and he made it easier for people to remember his name. One last example. I have a friend who's married to a Francophone wife whose name is Anne-Therese. When she introduces herself to people who speak English primarily, sometimes they have a hard time pronouncing it. Anne-Therese? What is that? So instead of saying Anne-Therese, she instead simply says, call me AT. Really easy. So that's something for you to consider. Now, I know that your name is personal and it is who you are. I also invite you to consider that when we make it easier for other people to remember and use our name, they're going to be easier to interact with. That's going to make our day go easier, and we're going to bring a lot more pleasant attitude back home when we interact with other people as well. Well, I hope you find that to be helpful. And if you like this video, I think you're going to love my tips. You'll get them for free at jeffsbusinesstips.com. À la prochaine. See you next time.